What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you for tuning in. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the very first wholesale deal that I have closed in 2024. And it's only 10 days into the new year, and I closed this deal, and it was for $52,000. So that's an amazing, amazing wholesale deal, a massive wholesale deal. And I'm going to be breaking down in this video exactly how I got this deal from start to finish. That being said, this video is going to be value-packed, so make sure you stick around for the whole thing. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you go down below, hit the red button, and subscribe. But with that being said, guys, let's get right into it. So this deal was for $52,000 profit. This is a massive wholesale deal, guys, because in the wholesaling industry, the average wholesale deal size is somewhere between $14,000 up to $20,000 per deal. So this is over the average deal size. So it's a big deal. So this is a home run. This is a big rip. And we are super excited about it because it's a great way to start off the new year. But yeah, let's break down exactly how we found this deal. So this deal came from pay-per-click marketing, Google PPC ads. These are ads that you are able to run on Google. Now, what this looks like is when you go and you search, for example, I want to sell my house or sell my house fast on Google, the first four that show up are going to say ad next to them. And these are advertisers that are spending money to find you, right? To find the customer, right? And then below that is all SEO, people's websites that just rank organically. So when you're running PPC marketing, your website is going to be shown to motivated sellers that are searching terms such as I want to sell my house or sell my house fast. And your website will show up as an ad right there on the top of Google for them to click. Once they click to your website, you're going to have a form on your website where they fill out information, their name, their email, their phone number, the property address, the reason they want to sell. And you can ask them questions like how much do they want for it, what's their time frame, and so on and so forth. So that's what we did. Google pay-per-click marketing is one of the more expensive marketing channels. So if you're just starting out, it's definitely, a little bit harder to get into because you do need to spend at least $3,000 a month on it for at least 3 months straight before giving up on this marketing channel, because it's one of those things that it kind of needs to learn and optimize for it to start working. So when you jump in with PPC, make sure you can commit to spending $9,000 total at least over 3 months. And then from there, you can scale up to, we spend about $8,000 a month on PPC marketing. So this deal came from pay-per-click marketing, explained what that is. So once this seller came in through our website, what it said was it was a property in Naples. They wanted to sell because they were moving states. They were relocating and they already found their new property that they were going to move into and buy. So they were ready to make a deal and move on from this property. They wanted $500,000 for the property. That's their asking price that they put in on the website. Now, the situation with this was it was a husband and wife, and then the son and his wife, and they all lived at this property. The property consisted of two separate parcels, two separate lots. One lot had a little bit over 5 acres and a house on it, and then adjacent to it was a 2-acre lot. Now, this is about 7 acres total, and houses in the area were going for about $700,000 to $800,000 if they were a new build on 2 acres. So with that being said, there was a couple different plays here with this property and a couple different ways to value it. For example, the older house on the 5 acres was probably worth about $700,000 remodeled. And then the lot next door was worth about $100,000. So that makes ARV about $800,000. So analyzing the deal that way. So them asking $500,000 is already pretty low. But it was, a big house and it needed a lot of work. So the remodel on the house was going to be about $80,000. So it wasn't a massive deal, but it was good. Then there was another way to analyze this deal, okay? The other way to analyze this deal is if you tear down the older house that's on the 5 acres and you split all 7 acres in 3 ways. So then you would have about 3 2-acre parcels. Then on those 3 2-acre parcels, you're going to build a new build on each one. If you did this, then the final exit, the ARV, would be about $1.5 million. So when marketing the deal to cash buyers, once we locked it up, we had to let them know there's 2 different strategies here. You can either fix up the house and resell it on the 5 acres and fix and flip it, and then on the 2-acre lot, build a new build, or you can go ahead and divide it 3 ways and put 3 new builds. So that's what it looked like. Now, we started to analyze the deal both those ways in order to calculate our offer, and we wanted to make sure we were coming in pretty low on this deal because it's a big project, right? And when it's a big project, there needs to be a lot of room on it, because what happens is when a buyer buys this deal, there's a long time horizon before they actually exit the deal, right? Before they finish the remodel, before they finish building the new build, right? To build a new house from the ground up takes, between 8 to 15 months. So they need, a lot of spread on the deal in order for it to make sense with the amount of risk that's there with being committed to a deal and locked into a deal for this long. So we needed to make sure that we took that into consideration when negotiating and getting this property under contract. So like I said, they wanted $500,000, but we knew we needed to get this property at a pretty steep discount considering how much work it needed and how big of a project it was going to be in order to make money on the deal. So we started negotiating, and we started at $400,000, and we were able to get them to agree to $430,000. Then what happened was they kind of threw us a curveball because they thought they were going to get an additional $20,000 for the lot next door. So a few days after we got the property under contract for $430,000, they called trying to get $20,000 more and be at $450,000. And that wasn't going to work. So we talked to them, and they understood that there was a miscommunication, and we were able to stick at that $430,000. Then the next thing that we needed once we got the property under contract was we needed pictures of the property so that way we could market the deal to cash buyers. Now, they said their house was a mess and they had boxes everywhere and they wanted to clean up first. So it took about 2 weeks for them to send us the photos of the property. Once we had the photos of the property, we then started to market the deal. And so we built out a template of all the information about the property. So in a Word document, we just put the address, the square footage, bed bath count, year build, the age of the roof, the age of the AC, the 2 different exit strategies, like whether you could put 3 new builds or 1 new build and a remodel. So that way, when we're marketing the deal, the cash buyer can quickly see what the exit and what the strategy and what the play is here on the deal and the ARV. We built out this marketing template. We attached the photos to that in a Google Drive link, and then we started marketing the deal with that template in all our various marketing channels when it comes to finding a cash buyer for a deal. So the first thing that we did was we blasted the deal out on InvestorLift. Guys, InvestorLift is a great platform. There's going to be a link down below in the description for InvestorLift. It gives you access to over 2 million active cash buyers across the country. So we blasted the deal out on InvestorLift first, then we put it in some real estate Facebook groups in Florida, and then we sent it to our VIP buyers list as well. We were getting a lot of calls on the deal, but a lot of people were turning away from the deal because it was just such a big, unique project. But then we had a realtor that found a buyer, and this buyer was super interested in buying the property for their own personal residence, which is huge, guys. If you can find somebody that wants to buy a property and they actually want to live in it and they're an investor, that means they'll be willing to pay a little bit more and they'll be really serious about taking down the deal because they don't want to lose the opportunity because it's something they actually want to buy, live in, and keep for themselves. So this realtor bought the buyer. They needed to walk through the property twice before they even considered purchasing the deal. And then they came in right around, we were marketing the deal for $499. We were marketing the deal for $499, and the buyer initially came in at $460. So that's like 40 grand less than what we're marketing the deal at. So that wasn't going to work. So we started negotiating up, and we got into the 470s and made enough room for us to make a $52,000 assignment fee, and for the realtor that brought the buyer to get paid a commission on the deal, and he actually made $17,000. So the realtor that brought the buyer made $17,000, we made $52,000. Okay, so now we sent the assignment contract to the buyer. And by the way, guys, if you want my contracts that I use, my purchase contract and my assignment contract, you can go download them for completely free at jacobblank.com/free. There's going to be a link down below in the description for that. So now we got the buyer to sign the assignment contract. We signed the JV agreement with the realtor to pay him his fee for finding the buyer. And now we pretty much had everything lined up. But there was a couple additional concerns with this property and a couple other road bumps that we had to get through before closing. Unfortunately, there is a mining company across the canal that's next to the property and in the land over there. And what this mining company does is they use dynamite to mine. And what that does is that sends a vibration through the ground that actually can cause foundation issues to properties in the surrounding area. So this buyer didn't want to buy the property anymore unless that mining company was going to be done. Because he knew if he built a new build on the land, he didn't want that to affect his foundation. Fortunately, though, he was able to set up a meeting with the mine manager, and they found out that a new build community, a new construction community, actually purchased. So a developer purchased the land from the mining company, and there was going to be no more mining, no more explosions, none of that, and a new build community was going to go in there, which not only now there's no mining, so there's no risk to foundation issues, but now that's going to raise property values in the area because it's a new construction community. So it actually turned out, instead of being a road bump that was going to kill the deal, it turned out to be a bonus for this buyer, and he was good to go, and he successfully closed on the deal. So we just waited for the day of closing. The buyer signed closing docs, seller signed closing docs, buyer wired his money in, and it recorded around noon with the county recorder, and then boom, my escrow agent sent me the check for $52,000. And yeah, what a great way to start off the new year. Guys, these PPC leads, when you guys are doing digital online ads, the sellers are much more motivated because they're coming to you. So they're coming to my website, filling it out, saying, I want to sell, as opposed to me calling them and asking them if they want to. They're actually sourcing me out. So you're able to get bigger deals, you're able to lock up deals easier, and it's a lot more fun with working with people that are inbound leads coming to you. So overall, this was a great deal, and I hope you guys enjoyed me breaking it down for you, but it's a great way to start off the new year. If you guys like this video, make sure to hit the like button, and if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go down below, hit the red button and subscribe. It helps me reach more people, so I'd really appreciate it if you do so. But other than that, guys, I'll see you next time. Peace.